You shout out Soda TV too?
Show TV shout out.
Okay.
Soda TV.
Soda TV, what up?
Okay.
Soda TV. Shout out. Welcome to Soda TV.
What's your name? Whatever it is.
Soda TV. It's Soda TV. Welcome back to Soda TV. You know, as I scratch my head, it's just kind of ironic that this is the result of Scrooly G bumping his head. Yeah. So I guess y'all still a little bit confused, right? Okay, so I put it together for y'all. So we got Indiana rapper that love to keep FBG Duck and Chicago business in his mouth. We ain't gonna get into that. So it's looking like he went on a police chase for whatever reason, but the reason I'm getting all the feedback I'm getting, I saw everybody report one thing, and one person that's a clout chase, he reported that Scrooly G was running for unaliving somebody. But a person like that, when they got up out of the bushes, just stood up like that. You know what I'm saying? They would have stayed there in the bushes, or they would have bailed. But everybody else is reporting that it's because he had a switch, which would, you know, fit what I'm thinking. You know. So it looks like he on the highway, stopped somewhere in the middle of the highway, stopped the car, go to the nearest side, probably that's closest to him, and just, what they call it? Do they call it catapulting? But just jumped over that thing, and the guy must have put some bushes on over there for him, cause he wasn't here at first. So he, on concrete. Yeah, buddy. It looked like, to tell the truth, it looked like some stunt like real life. It don't look real, man, cause like everything's so perfect. Like, where the bushes come from? You know what I'm saying? Is they painted there? Like, I want to let y'all look at it yourself before I come back with this, my second analysis. So go ahead and check out what Scrooly G got going on, and then meet me back here ASAP. Roll it. Scrooly G's been in jail before. He just got out. He just bonded out, I think. One of his old friends just exposed Scrooly G for unaliving his best friend on the drill, on some friendly fire type stuff. So he's been through worse. So to have to, you know, you figure you should, but then again, with them switches, depending on where you at, they may have mandatory minimums. They may be handing out 10, but like I say, man, he just shoot. If everything is right, you out alive a person that was close to you. So I mean, you know what I'm saying? Like, might as well just keep taking what the streets gonna give you, man. You done been through the worst of it. That's crazy. So I'm looking at it like this, right? If that was a legitimate video and Schoolie G is legitimately, he will jump over in a real bridge. He will jump. He will. Y'all just seen it. He didn't. My thing is, he must have been there before. He must know how that is, ran around there and dove in there just like that. Because I just don't see going off blind faith doing that. Unless you just legitimately fearless. In that case, that's a whole nother conversation. Now we talking about the people putting you away. Because what happens is you either do something that's so fearless, you know, commit a crime that's so fearless that they look at you like, they gonna label you a monster, and you know you ain't gonna be able to get out. You know, just think about the fearless people you know from your hood, not the people that's going boom, 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 boom up a house and, you know, do rob a phone store, and when they running out, no, we ain't know none of that. The real fearless people that they don't need a blick. They don't need a weapon at all. You feel me? Okay, now rock with me. You ain't never really finna hear of them like they don't want to out of cars from long distances and stuff like that. That's what Schoolie G and them was probably doing. That's probably how Schoolie G unalived his own best friend, allegedly. Can't be doing it like that. You know, I just don't see Schoolie G. I don't know. I can't say I don't see Schoolie G blowing that, catapulting off the highway onto some, cause I mean, you're not gonna be alive when the fall done. In his case, the little foundation that they had under him, could he have lived? The way he jumping head first and stuff, you know, you slimming up your chances and stuff. But you know, if you were to go longevity, long wise, yeah, but that's gonna mess up your spine and. But like I said, I want to give an example of where a person that I would think that would do something like that was what everybody is imagining Schoolie G did, and I think Schoolie G must have visited there before and knew exactly where to dive. But anyway, Muwop is what a person that's out there in the celebrity world that I can pick that say, yeah. And the example I'm gonna give is when that was going and what Muwop was doing, going back to get Vine. Why it's going down. while it's going down, no blick. Muwop finna one up on them blicks with his fist. Muwop crazy, boy. And that's what he demonstrated on Quando Rondo with right there on camera. Like I said, Muwop ran towards fire when he didn't have to. Or if he did have to, that's some crazy stuff, man. Crazy, beyond crazy. Because it's like you putting yourself at a disproportionate number. Like it's dang near like 8, 9, 10 chances out of 10 that you finna possibly DIE doing this. Real soldier. I also want to go to, I want to show my viewers, when you're talking about Fearless, I want to go to the worst state, worst city and state. Well, it's in Illinois, and the worst city is Chicago. And the news has listed O Block is the most dangerous. So that's where we're gonna go to find out what we got on Fearlessness. And we done ran into none other than Boss Tickety, Boss Top. And he wanna give y'all some people that he says is fearless and why. Roll it.
It back up. Woo! Like they finna hit a motherfucker again. We jump out the way. They bell out that bitch on drone for like three, 4 big cocky ass nigga and one skinny nigga, bro. I look at Vaughn, I said, we finna go get the gun. He mean, we finna beat their ass. I said, no the fuck we ain't. See Vaughn chasing dude, beating his ass. Duke and Rusty beating dude, we beating dude ass on O. We look up. We end up dusting all their ass off though. Like we end up beating all their ass, right? We end up beating all their ass. But why it's my favorite is because it goes to where he was fearless. T-Roy was just T-Roy, man. That's baby boy, you know? It was like, you know, Roy just different, you know what I'm saying? He was a real enforcer. Like Shorty was right, he was out here for real, you know? Shorty was real like out here, like. Some people just like can't help it. Like call T-Roy, you gonna go crazy, you know? Shorty is a savage on another motherfucker that was fearless. Like he had no fear.
Before we get into this, I need you to hit the like button. It puts me in the algorithm, lets the YouTube algorithm know that this video has what it takes to win and more people can see this video. Share this on all platforms. Subscribe to the channel. And notification bell to keep you notified on everything I drop. It's Shizzle. So if you've been tuned in on this Spider Nation saga, you probably just shaking your head like I've been doing for the past couple weeks at disappointment, because you realize that there's no more Spider Nation and no more of one of the best duels to come out of Louisiana, period, but specifically Baton Rouge. Tech and Maine Musik formed, well, they weren't the only ones that formed Spider Nation, but they were the only rappers, at least the biggest rappers. And right now, they friendship that went sour and they against each other. So that's what we dealing with. We dealing with it going, you know, tenfold, like it's going at high speeds. So we got Spider Nation is no more, And on this episode of Tech versus Maine, Tech he recaps, and he don't reminisce, but he shares a time where he had to put the squabbles on Maine Music and fold Maine Music up. Maine Music didn't squabble back, but he had to do this because he said Maine Music was sleeping with his sister that was way younger than him. So, you know, this takes place at Tech's mama house. I guess the real story is, because I heard Tech do it on 2 different places, and I put both of them together. So Tech originally squabbled Maine Music up inside some garage and told Maine Music he can't come back around their family no more and don't come to his mama crib where his sister is. You know, if they gonna be doing that, they need to move out and find their own place and all this. Did he say Maine Music came over there days before Christmas or something like that? And Maine Music said, Tech said he snapped off something bad, man. Bad. Said he had blick falling all down his pants. You know, he didn't squabble Maine up, picked up the blick just to put it back in his joggers. Mama done seen it. His mama done snapped off like, you trying to unalive somebody in my house? And just too much, man. And then this is the snapper. So now that Tech done this to Maine go back to his peoples, you know, get in whatever scenario, you know how people make up stuff, add and delete stuff. Who knows what he told them, but I know this. Not too long after that, Tech's family location was put out to the world, you know, publicly. And anybody that know what Maine Music and Tech had going on, Spider Nation, they didn't have no fake smoke. They had real smoke. How many times a day into Maine Music car? 31 or 36. Let's see. It was 30. I'm thinking 31. 37 times. Dang, I'm off. Dang. 37 times. Okay. I don't know how many times Maine was hit on that, but I know he was stretched out on that ground and he had to wait till somebody came and helped him. You know, he was almost lifeless. And I remember Maine describing it, and I was getting the visuals of it, and just he's so skinny, like no shade, but King Vine's like so skinny and stuff, but that's what the girls like. And you know, I was just saying that to say that, like I said, their bodies can only take so much. Ain't no cushion. You know, your bones just sitting right there, you know. Shoot. And you fly and stuff. You see how when that thing hit Vine and he flew back, it was like for real something off the Matrix. But you know, I want y'all to listen to Tech explain what happened, and then I'll be right back when y'all get back. Roll it.
I ain't just fuck up my relationship with him or her. That fucked up my relationship with my mama. with the whole family.
Because you brought him around.
Cause like when I flashed out that day for Christmas, man, I flashed because it went to the point where I had a Glock in my joggers too. And the bitch, while I'm fighting him, the bitch fell down my pants leg. So I'm just really picking this bitch up and putting it back on my hip. But I see everybody's eyes looking at that bitch.
And you finna.
And my mama just jumped in front like, you about to shoot him in my house? Bitch. You feel me?
No, Keita, so like, I already know. So like, I ain't gonna even lie. You wasn't trying to eat.
So boom.
Shout out, Mom.
It went to that. I got Christmas happened. I was put out the house for Christmas.
Wow.
I had to get the fuck. My child was in there. I'm like, just give me my child. I left my phone upstairs before I did the shit. I went without my phone, my baby. I ain't get to see them open presents. I ain't get to see nothing. I left from that house and went straight back to Baton Rouge. And the only reason we was down here by my mama house because you was hit up trying to heal up, and we had to leave because your people gave up our address. And
you think Tech showed Maine Music's family grace by not exposing them for maybe dropping his low? So I want to ask y'all these two questions. Do y'all think that because Tech baptized Maine Music in the hands of the hand baptized him in the name of the hands God, do y'all think that Maine Music went back, crying out it up, blood, telling them, F Tech, he need to be in jail. He need to be in jail. And F him, I don't care what happened to him. And that opened the door. Y'all think something like that? Y'all think that some of Maine's petty relatives was on some, then he put his hands on you? Okay, I got something for him. Mama, don't trip. Don't call the police. I got something for them. They must have forgot. I got their address from when I did their taxes. I'm finna put it on. Y'all think some of their petty relatives got on that type of time? Man, black people something. We are something. So let me know your spill a deal down in the comment section. Along with that, like, share this, subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. That's a big one. I need you to keep a hold of your word on. And let's get this show on the road. This is the greatest news channel on YouTube at this time, The Real Soda TV. I'm out.